The Great Wall of China. Everyone knows the photos. Everyone recognizes the iconic curves stretching across endless mountains. But here's the truth most travelers never hear. The wall you think you know is only a tiny fraction of the real story. Behind the tourist crowds and postcard views lies a world of forgotten watchtowers, wild, untouched sections, hidden military routes, collapsed fortresses, and secret corners that reveal a completely different Great Wall than anything you've seen on Instagram. Today, we're uncovering it all. This is the untold side of the Great Wall of China. The places tourists never reach, the stories they never hear, and the shocking facts that completely change the way you see one of the greatest human constructions in history. Welcome to a journey through time, mystery, and the unbelievable reality of the greatest wall on Earth. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our deep dive travel guides like this one. It helps a lot, and I'd really appreciate it. Now let's begin. The Great Wall is not one wall, it's many. Most people arrive in Beijing thinking they'll visit a single continuous structure. But the truth is far more surprising. The Great Wall is actually a massive system of walls, fortifications, trenches, and natural barriers built by different dynasties over more than 2,000 years. There isn't one Great Wall, there are dozens. Different dynasties built different sections in different materials. Some used stone and brick. Others used packed earth, wood, or even reeds in the western deserts. The Ming dynasty built the strongest and most famous parts, including Mutianyu, Jinshanling, and Badaling, but the earlier walls, especially in northern and western China, often look completely different. When you understand this, the wall becomes not just a monument, but a timeline, a physical record of China's changing history, politics, technology, and warfare. This is the first thing most tourists don't know. You haven't seen the Great Wall until you've seen its different personalities. Ask most people how long the Great Wall is, and they'll give you the famous number, 21,196 kilometers. But even this is incomplete. That number includes every branch, trench, fortress, and secondary wall discovered so far. But new research reveals that more sections continue to be uncovered, especially in deserts of Gansu and Ningxia, and even underwater areas where walls collapsed. Some historians believe the true total length across all dynasties may exceed 30,000 kilometers. This is another thing tourists don't realize. The Great Wall is not a single line. It's a massive network extending across 9 provinces and some of the most extreme landscapes in China. It's one of the most surprising facts. Despite its scale and engineering, the wall often failed to stop invasions. The Mongols under Genghis Khan didn't break through the wall. They simply went around it or bribed guards to open gates. Later, the Manchus also passed through with minimal resistance. So why build it? Because the wall wasn't really about stopping enemies. It was about controlling movement, monitoring borders, collecting taxes, protecting trade routes, and allowing information to travel across China quickly. Its psychological effect was often more powerful than its military one. A lot of tourists never hear this. The wall is not just a defensive line. It's a political and economic system built into the landscape. If you show up at 11 a.m. in June, you will find yourself in a crowd of thousands. The key to truly appreciating the Great Wall is choosing the right time. Here's what locals and serious travelers know. Best months: April, May, September, October. Most tourists go between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. That's the worst window. If you arrive early, you see the Great Wall in silence, which is how it's meant to be experienced. Badaling receives around 10 million visitors a year. It's restored, accessible, and easy to reach. But if you want epic scenery, solitude, and authenticity, skip it. Here are the real options. Mutianyu. Tourist-friendly but less crowded than Badaling. Stunning views, wide walkways, and a cable car. Perfect for families or first-timers who want photos without pushing through crowds. Price. Entrance, around 45 RMB. Shuttle bus, 10 RMB. Cable car, optional, 120-140 RMB round trip. Jinshanling, half restored, half wild, cinematic landscapes, ideal for photographers, hikers, and creators. Less crowded, especially in early morning. Price, approximately 65 RMB. Simatai, night entry available, which is a rare experience. Quiet, atmospheric, dramatic. Jiankou, this is the wild wall, no restoration. Sharp ridges, broken watchtowers, and cliffs, extremely dangerous for inexperienced hikers. No official entrance fee, but you must hire a guide. Guanghuacheng, partially submerged underwater due to a reservoir. Unique, quiet, and photogenic. Great for people who want something different. Each section feels like a different world. Watchtowers were the central nervous system of the wall. Messages traveled through smoke signals, lanterns, and fire, allowing information to reach Beijing incredibly fast. There are more than 25,000 watchtowers along the various walls. Some are fully restored, others are crumbling ruins, some hide underground rooms where soldiers lived, others have rooftop platforms used for signaling. Tourists usually see only 3 or 4, but the Great Wall is essentially a chain of mini fortresses. Here's a breakdown so your viewers understand the real numbers. Prices can vary slightly by year, but this is accurate for 2025. Transport from Beijing, by bus, 30 to 50 RMB round trip. By private driver, 400 to 700 RMB for a car, up to 4 people. For groups, this becomes affordable. By Metro Plus shuttle, only available for Badaling. Total around 20 to 30 RMB. By tour group, 300 to 600 RMB, depending on quality and inclusions. Entrance fees, Badaling, approximately 40 RMB. Mutianyu, approximately 45 RMB. Jinshanling, approximately 65 RMB. Simatai, approximately 40 RMB. Great Wall museums, often included or around 20 to 30 RMB. Cable cars and chairlifts. Mutianyu and Badaling have cable cars. One way, 80 to 100 RMB. Round trip, 120-140 RMB. Food and drinks, water, 5 to 10 RMB. Snacks, 10 to 30 RMB. Restaurants near the wall, 50 to 120 RMB per person. In total, a Great Wall trip costs anywhere from $10 budget to 60-100 $, comfortable with cable car, food, and transport. Your viewers will want this section because it helps them plan their shots. Mutianyu. Tower 14 to 23, panoramic mountain views. Early morning creates soft golden light. Jinshanling. The western half gives cinematic sunrise shots with low fog. Simatai. Night photos with lantern lighting are incredibly atmospheric. Jiankou. The iconic sky stairs and eagle flies facing upward tower are legendary among photographers. Wanguocheng, the lake merging with the wall, is one of China's most unique visuals. The earliest walls date back to the 7th century BC, built by small kingdoms during the Warring States period. After Qin Shi Huang unified China in 221 BC, he ordered the connection of these walls into a massive defensive line. However, most of what travelers see today comes from the Ming dynasty. Why? Because the Ming rebuilt the wall after the Mongols overthrew the previous dynasty. They needed stronger defenses, better materials, and improved watchtowers. This is why the Ming Wall is made of stone and brick, while older walls in the west are made of packed earth. Here's something tourists rarely know. The Ming Wall alone required around 100 million tons of materials, carried by soldiers, prisoners, and local villagers. Many workers died during construction. Some sections are even rumored to contain human remains within the layers of bricks and mud. The wall is as much a story of sacrifice as it is an engineering marvel. Messages could travel astonishingly fast. During the Ming Dynasty, a signal fire lit on the far end of the wall could reach the capital, over 500 kilometers away, in just a few hours. The system used smoke by day, fire by night, gunpowder flashes during emergencies, flags during clear weather. Few tourists realize that many sections pass directly through villages that have existed for hundreds of years. Locals grew food, kept livestock, and maintained the towers. Some people can trace their ancestry to families who served as soldiers, builders, or lookouts on the wall. Visiting smaller villages like Ubiko or Wanguocheng reveals a different side of the wall. Quiet, almost spiritual, completely separate from the big tour groups. Only a few parts of the wall allow nighttime access, and Simatai is the most famous. The experience is surreal. Lanterns light up the walkways, the mountains fall into darkness, and the silence feels ancient. Most tourists never experience the wall at night, but it is one of the most atmospheric and unforgettable moments you can have in China. Sections like Jiankou attract adventurous travelers, but they come with serious risks. Loose stones, cliffs, broken steps, unstable towers, no barriers, no lighting, no rescue services in the immediate area. Several hikers get injured every year. If you plan to explore the wild wall, hire a guide, wear proper shoes, bring water, start early, tell someone your route. This is real adventure, beautiful but unforgiving. Many wild sections are slowly being overtaken by vegetation. Grass grows through stonework. Trees push apart bricks. The wall is alive, constantly changing. Conservationists face a difficult balance. Restore too much and the wall becomes artificial. Restore too little and nature erases it. Some parts have already disappeared, reclaimed entirely by the mountains. Bring strong walking shoes. The wall is steep. Some parts feel like climbing a staircase tilted at a crazy angle. Bring water. Prices on-site are higher. Hydration is essential, especially in summer. Don't overestimate distances. One tower may look close, but the climb can be tougher than it seems. Go early. Best lighting, fewer people, better temperatures. Check weather. Fog can completely block views. Avoid winter unless you enjoy extreme cold. Some days reach -15 degrees Celsius. Visit at sunrise for cinematic footage. The wall glows golden between 6 and 8 a.m. What most tourists never hear. The wall wasn't meant to be seen like this. In the past, the wall wasn't colorful or polished. It wasn't crowded. It was harsh, cold, lonely, and functional. Soldiers spent months inside watchtowers with minimal supplies. Winters were brutal, summers were exhausting. The wall was never a tourist site. It was a battlefield. When you step on the quieter sections, you feel the real intention of the wall. Isolation, vigilance, and the constant pressure of defending a vast empire. This emotional element is something most tours never explain. Conservation efforts have increased massively in the last decade. Drone technology, 3D mapping, and high-resolution scanning help preserve the wall. Some damaged areas will be restored. Others will be left wild intentionally. China plans to create new walking routes, virtual tours, museums, and protective areas to ensure future generations can still experience this ancient structure. When travelers imagine the Great Wall, they picture crowds at Badaling, bright flags, and polished steps. But the real wall is different. It's older, wilder, deeper, more dramatic, and filled with stories that shape the world. Every stone tells a piece of history, every watchtower guards a secret, and every section reveals a different chapter of China's past. If you ever come to China, take the time to explore more than the popular parts. Walk a little farther, climb one more tower, wake up a bit earlier, or choose a quieter section. That's where you'll find the true Great Wall of China. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive travel guide, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It helps us create more cinematic videos just like this one. See you in the next adventure.